It's the perfect Pip-boy app for making any cosplay Pip-boy more realistic and customizable, including the capability to connect with Bluetooth switches. And best of all, it's made by our very own James, Mr. Malto 4, and it's available as of today on the App Store. Better stay tuned. This is your Geek Fix.
So, this is pretty exciting stuff. Now, a couple things that I want to bring up. If you already watched our episode that was about all the different Pip-boys that are out there, which we have more stuff that's coming through every single day. I know a lot of you are making things, but the best thing about this is that it really covers a lot of the gaps that everyone's been looking for, as far as something that you can easily just kind of, quickly download, that you can quickly put into a device. But it also covers a lot of the interfaces that you know and love, from Fallout 76, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. What else am I missing? Am I missing anything? That's pretty much all of them, isn't it?
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3. And best part is, literally today, just seconds ago before we started recording, this app went live on the Google Play Store. And I think you also have plans to release it maybe on Apple if Apple plays nice, right?
In the distant future.
I will say this has been a passion project for James, and it's a great thing for anyone out there that's a cosplayer or a prop maker that wants something that will be able to do a lot of things and grow probably over time with the help of this very audience and others that are out there. And so we're going to be looking at all the features today, from downloading it to using it, and then also anything about possible future things that James has in his plans, and any questions that he has for you. In fact, it's because of some of you helping to test this app that it was able to go live today. Yep. So, James, tell us about it. So it is officially on the Google Play Store. I go on to Google Play. I download it. Mm-hmm. Now I can click open here. And so, first off, tell me, why is it that it's called the Pipdroid?
Well, when I was originally designing the app, my main idea was that it was just going to be a small project, mainly for me, for when I was using the Pip-boy One Company 2000 version. And so I thought, okay, well, it's a Pip-boy and it's on Android, so Pipdroid. It was really simple, really stupid, and I thought that was what it was going to be. And seeing as the app's been evolving and growing and stuff, I just sort of stuck with the name rather than deciding to change it to anything else. I think it's pretty descriptive for what it is as well. It's Pip-boy interface for Android. Now, if I were to go the Apple route, I don't know what I would call it. I don't know if I'd stay with Pipdroid. I don't just so that people know that it's the same app. I don't know if I'd do, I don't know.
Well, and again, this is also a fan-made app. So this is not official to Bethesda or anything like that.
No.
But at the same time, this is probably more versatile than if it was, because it does cover not just some of their stuff, but also other things tied to the lore and to some of the games that honestly they didn't really make. So right. So I'm in the app now.
Yeah.
And I got the screen. You can see the lines are coming down. Things you have this nice animated screen that's going on.
Tell me, sort of loading screen, or not loading screen, but the typical CRT where
the CRT line that goes down. But for the game and everything, I mean, this is what you'd be familiar with for that interface. Also, it's right now. This is now. My phone is a Samsung. This is the S23 Ultra, I think it is.
Yep.
And okay. So the screen size is wider, maybe a little bit longer than some other phones, but and on the flip side, if I use this on my Pip-boy 2000 back here, you can see that that's more of a square screen. This also does adapt, or I can also alter it if I'm putting it inside of the Pip-boy 3000, which you have one. There it is. So the Pip-boy 3000, you stick in your phone. It's usually a full length phone. but it only exposes a certain portion of it. So you made this so that it can work on any of these screen sizes as well as exposure of screen sizes. Take us through all of our functions and what to do.
When originally designing it, I was building it purely for the BlackBerry Passport because that was the main device that I had inside of the screen, or inside of the actual Pip-boy. So most design choices or visual choices were made based on that. So obviously, when you now use it on other Android phones like your S23 Ultra or the J3, which you used in your other video, you'll see that the screen is slightly more stretched out, but it still looks decent enough. Obviously, it doesn't look the same as it does in the game. It doesn't adjust the resolution automatically. But the text is still always visible. Obviously, if you have different screen sizes, it could slightly cut off parts of the text and stuff. But in theory, with the phones that I've tested, it doesn't do that. But then, as you're saying, if you want to use it inside of the Pip-boy 3000 or any 3D printed or Spirit of Halloween version or whatever, there is an option in the settings menu for you to adjust the interface size. So that in this case with the Pip-boy 3000, obviously the screen is a lot longer than this. So if I open this up, if we take this off as well.
Did you use the J3 or something like that for that one?
The J3. So the interface has been adapted to look appear straight in the middle, so that when you put the protector on top of it, this way around, obviously it fits in.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So
features wise, the main idea was originally just to make the app look just like the interface from the game without many additional features as such. I just wanted it to look like I wanted it to be a visual piece more than a usable piece originally, because I thought it's mostly going to be on display and so on. But then as the project sort of went on and on, I decided to make more customizational choices. So one of the things that players can do now, for example, is in the special and skills menus, they can adjust the levels of the different skill points or the different.
So tell me how to do that. We'll literally show it. I'm in strength right now, for example.
Okay, you're in strength. When strength is selected, so that the border is around it, if you press and hold the name strength, you'll see the number start to go up.
Oh yeah, 8 now. Okay.
And then when you let go, it will stay and save on that value. If you now want to lower strengths, if you wanted to have 1, for example, you keep holding it until it goes all the way around, and then once it hits 10, it will go back down to 1 again.
Oh yeah, it does. So does that mean I can set everything to 10?
Yeah, you could theoretically set everything to 10 if you wanted to.
You can be the most prepared person in the wasteland there.
For example, if you want charisma to go up to 7, you just click on charisma and then press and hold until it goes up to 7, let go, and then that will stay like that. No matter how many times you close or open the app again, it should stay.
Oh, that is great. Yeah.
Skills works in the same way. By default, all values are 10. Typically when you start up a new game in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I'm fairly sure that the skills don't go below 10, so that's why I chose 10. But then you press and hold any of these values and they will also start to increment. The main difference between special and skills is that special, seeing as you've only got 10 values, you can go round very quickly. But if you go from 10 to 100, it feels very slow. So
I bet. Yeah.
I added a way so that after a certain amount of numbers that you go through, you will slowly start to
go faster.
Yeah.
You're it on Mike. So, and I wanted to point that out too, by the way, between, for example, just clicking between special and skills, perfect sound, exactly the right sound. Even this, as I'm clicking and it's going up and down stuff, also great sounds that are very in world. Okay. Awesome. What else can we do?
So on the main status submenu, where you put your player character, you can press and hold the health containers, so the values where you actually see the health, it's a little bit finicky. But if you press
though, it's making the sound.
Yeah,
like getting hits.
You get
like
hurt.
That.
So that damaging sound is I went in and played Fallout 3. I stood in an area where your character gets hurt. I recorded the audio because I couldn't find the audio anywhere. And then that is the audio. So that is part of me playing Fallout 3 getting damaged.
And I just crippled my leg, for example, by lowering that all the way to 0 on that area. His face changes also.
You'll notice up as well, your HP value has also gone down. So it should be 20, but it's now damaged as well.
And now if I hold that crippled, does it bring it back? It's just done. Oh, there goes. Press the limb, and then it comes back. Okay.
You'll see that the stim pack value goes down. So you used to have 10, and then you should have 9, and then if you keep going...
yes. So I touch the leg, or I touch the limb, it goes up. I touch the actual status bar, it goes down. I makes that noise. And then it reflects it in the HP at the top. So cool. Love it. Okay. Excellent. More great sounds too.
Then perks doesn't have any functionality as such at the moment. It's just some of the perk options from both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Still describes them. I mean, it still gives you all the definitions,
the icon, etc. I want to, for one of the future updates, I want to find a way to be able to list all of the perks and have it so that the user can choose which perks they want shown. The only thing is, I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how to give the user the choice to have every single perk in the same way as they can have every single item and just show one or another. But that is something that I want to do because I feel that way people can, it's endless customization. Everyone can have the perks that they want, everyone can have the items that they want, etc. In the same way with general factions, I want them to be able to modify their reputation with different factions, because I added, for example, that boomers like the character, but if you personally don't get on well with the boomers in your playthrough of Fallout New Vegas, then you want them to be modified, then you should be able to modify it. It's just at the moment I can't find a simple way of doing it. With the factions, it might be a press and hold feature, just like we saw with the special. So if you hover over boomers and then press and hold it, I might have it cycle through the different reputation options, which an idea. But yeah, that's something roadmap. And then so at the moment we're completely in the stats menu. If you want, before going to a different menu, if you press and hold the top left corner, the word stats.
Oh yeah. Okay. Whoa.
You see the flash.
Yeah. Oh, that's the flash. That's cool. And then same spot to get out of it.
To turn it off, you just press anywhere in the screen and it will turn off.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's just where I happen to push then. Okay. Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
To go to the next menus, if you go to General and then press up in the top right Settings, you'll now see the Settings menu. So inside of this menu, we've got on the left all of the different options that you can configure. So you've got player name, player level, which is just to add your personal details so that the character is more of your own. You've got the custom radio MP3 folder, which I'll talk about in a little bit. You've got the screen resize option, which is what I've used for the 3000, for example, to adjust it to the right size that you need. World map scaling, which we can talk about as well when we get to the world map here. Date formats, which the only reason that this is in the app is because of Bones. That's the only reason I added it.
Yeah. Vince is very critical about that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Is it year, month, date? Is that the way it is in the Netherlands? I can't remember.
I added
the last one.
Month, day, year. Month, day, year. Day, month, year, which is the more typical European version. Day, month, year. And then for the Japanese, you've got year, month, day.
Perfect. Oh, that's cool.
I don't think I've missed any important date formats. If I have, then please let me know and I'll modify it.
They don't matter, probably.
Then at the very bottom, you've got the UI color options. So between green, amber, white, and blue. I also, as a roadmap, I want to add another option.
What was it? What color was it? Purple or what?
No, I want to add custom. So you press it will come up with a typical color wheel. You choose the color that you want, and then that will save it as a custom color. That's what I as well.
Very cool. I'm going to change mine right now. I'm going to change it to amber. No, I'm going to keep it green. Okay, there we go.
So
what's the down here at the bottom right? You got the oh, that's the Bluetooth setup, stuff like that. Okay,
Bluetooth setup and the save settings. So Bluetooth setup, we can ignore for now.
Go ahead and talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
So I mean, like, one of the big things that people have always commented on, for example, with all my videos, going back to the beginning of the Pip-boy videos, has always been well, that's nice and all, but like, I'd rather be controlled by buttons or by switches and things like that. This Bluetooth setting actually allows that to occur. Like with yours, you're using what is the
so
what you're connecting?
I'm using an ESP32 board. Specifically, if anyone wants the exact same board, it's an ESP32 S3 Mini by Lolin, Lolin. Lolin. It cost me €7. No, sorry, it cost me specifically €1 because of an AliExpress deal that was going on. But it's typically €7, which is $5. Sorry, like $9. It's super easy to program. You have the option of programming it in Arduino or MicroPython. I decided to use MicroPython. There's the guide on the internet, although I'll also put it on the RPF of how I changed it to MicroPython. Programs in MicroPython for Bluetooth and the options that I wanted. And then I used a box full of buttons, different type of buttons.
Oh, that's a nice kit.
Yeah.
I always have to buy them separately. That's a nice little setup just to be able to go with what you want. That's great.
I think I got from AliExpress as well for like €5 maybe, so $7 and super cheap.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I like that.
Like, almost 200 different pieces in there. So it's just very simple buttons. I haven't used resistors. I haven't used anything. So it's literally just a wire from the button to the board for power and then one for ground. So that when the board detects that you've pressed it, it will send a Bluetooth signal to the app. So in my case, I've got 3 different buttons, one that sends a message which says stats, one which sends a message that sends items, and the other one which is data. So that when you press one, it will send one word, and the app is constantly, as soon as you set up the Bluetooth settings, it's waiting for these messages. So if you send data, for example, it will read that and it will open the data menu. Like automatically.
So people could get pretty inventive on what they're connecting to this. But I mean, it does kind of answer that question that people had. And that, I mean, I would say every single video I've had, literally, and that's always the constant thing that comes up is, but the reason why I want to go with this other thing and start from this completely from scratch, which we still encourage fully. I mean, like James has had fun doing this. But on the flip side, like if you feel uncomfortable with that or it's what's delaying you, this is a nice way to have all the heavy, lifting done and to be able to, have something that works and looks like it does in the game. So that's your Bluetooth stuff.
Yeah.
Do I have, so if I change my color and stuff, I need to click save settings?
Yeah.
Or does it say, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the old one, I didn't have to do anything afterwards, but now it's because you have so many settings, probably. Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to reload it with the new options.
Down here at the bottom, I've got menu with stats, items, and data, which we're currently in stats, right?
Yeah. So for the people that don't have the Bluetooth setup, you needed a way to be able to go to the different menus. So I left in the bottom right the 3 typical physical buttons that you would have, but like virtual. So if you press on either the buttons or the text of the buttons, it will take you to the different menus. So from stats to items, items to data, etc. And you'll see while you're still inside of the settings menu will stay open, but you'll see the top and the bottom update, and then you just close the settings menu, and then you're in that menu.
So if I click on items, then it takes me up at the top. It's showing items. Then I just close that window, and now I'm in items.
Yeah.
Just like that. Oh wow. I haven't been in this section yet. Okay. So you get a few items in here, including the Nuka-Cola truck.
Yeah, the Nuka-Cola truck.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I've got caps and everything else at the top. And can I change some of those things at the top too?
Not yet. I didn't know
Okay.
what sorts of modifications to do there.
Oh my gosh, look at all this. There's all your weapons. So I could also set all the things to be saved as how I have it set up already in my game, or what my current stats are in my real game.
You know.
Oh, very cool.
The next option will be what I mentioned before. I want to have it so that the items are also saved, so that you can choose which items you want showing up in your inventory. But I haven't managed to think how to do that yet.
And then how do I go back to the
settings? You go inside of inside of MISC. You've got the settings in the top right again.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, okay. And then I can change it to data.
And then in data,
how to play Craven.
The local map. So we now have a local world map inside of the app.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Which automatically starts you in Washington because of reasons.
Right.
I do have plans for this.
Is this coming from is this a picture? Is this coming from my Okay, I get you. Okay. But right now this is like oh wow, no, I'm going way out.
Oh,
holy
no.
cow. Is this tied to actual Google? The Google map?
OpenStreet View. So it's pretty much like Google.
Okay.
It's slightly different. Well, it's a different organization, but it's the same.
Right. Wow, that's very cool.
Okay. I have updates and everything. So if a new road is added, it should update and so on.
So I'm going to Good Springs here, right? And I'm just going to expand things here. All right. Very cool. Oh, look at that. Okay. You also have world map.
Yeah. So world map are the actual maps from both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. And you'll see in yours, some of the icons are outside of the map. Yeah. That is due to the fact that seeing as different phones have different screen sizes and resolutions, the scaling is slightly off, which is why in the settings you've got world map scaling.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
So you just adjust that value, and it will move the icons slightly to put them in the right spot.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's pretty important.
Because I thought there's no way that I can adjust for every single phone, every different resolution, phone size, etc. So I thought I'll leave this value here, and you just have to play around with it to try and get it in the right spot. Although in my video, I put down examples for 3 different phone types.
Wow. So there's map F3, map FNB. Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm. And you can zoom in and press on the location names. The location names only...
Oh, you can? Oh, look at that.
They're pushing when you're in close enough.
You're also working with Nikki Tallsnake's Fool right now on... because she's got through and using, from the show particularly, figuring out where all those vaults are. And so if you follow her and have seen all of the her vault location videos, she's helping us to get those locations and put them in so you can also see all your vault possibilities.
But my plan for that is to use the local, like in air quotes, local map, so that seeing as you've got the world map, to try and find a way of putting specific locations on there. Like the areas where she deduced that vaults would be, using images from the show, I want to try and put some sort of icon or some sort of circle around the general area we imagine the vaults will be, for a little Easter egg sort of thing.
So that's everything in world map.
Yep. You go to quests, where you just got a few of the starter quests from Fallout 3 at the moment. I also want to adjust this, and modify this so that you can have all quests. Miss, in the same way, we've got 2 different notes from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. The how to play caravan I thought was very necessary inside the app.
Yeah.
And then finally, radio.
Oh boy. So what happens? So I click on Galaxy News Radio. Do I need the app installed as well, or what does it do?
No, so
in relation to this,
inside of Pipdroid, you have 3 music files already added. So you've got all Galaxy News Radio, you've got the whole of the Enclave Radio, and the New Vegas Radio. So
wow, really?
You don't need to download.
So if I get
for it.
Okay, so I hit Galaxy News Radio. I just have to give it permission.
Yep, you give
it using the app
so that it can throw the wavelength. If you don't give it permission, don't get the wavelengths, but it should still play the music.
I see the wavelengths for Enclave Radio, which is great. New Vegas Radio. Wow. I can't. I'll have to be careful when I make the video here. Oh no, it's still playing. How do I turn off the music?
You press it again. You press the same radio again for it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So you'll see press it the first time, the border will come around the text, and then if you're selecting it the second time, you see a small next to it.
Very good. Okay. Clock is this? I mean, so I'm sure you would have done it anyways, but at the same time, like as many of you might know, mine has primarily been used as a clock. Even right now, it's in a clock mode. Actually, is this your clock? I think I switched back because that one I haven't been able to install this version yet.
And then,
so it wouldn't stay on. But that's something you've made this like when you've had this on, it stays. The phone screen stays on, right?
Your screen stays on for as long as you've got the app open.
So remember that though, so you don't burn out your battery. But on the flip side, if it's plugged in, this is a literal clock that you could use. So it means that your Pip-boy can be your bedside clock.
Yep.
And with that color changes that we had in the other phase, that also means it could be in the color that you want it to. Mine's always been green, but I can change that. Very, very cool. Again, we got for me my time settings and my date settings. That's where those are that we looked at a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I got another question for you. So my phone at the top of the screen, you can see which is good to know. But on the flip side, is there a way to go full screen or does make that?
I have to look into that because I've had people ask me as well, and I don't know yet. Okay,
that's cool.
It should still be hidden, like whenever you have a full screen app.
How do I get so when I'm in data, which section do I have to be into? Oh, settings is under MISC again. Okay, so always under MISC.
So in stats, it's in general and then settings. And then for any other menus, so items or data, it's in MISC. Just because I thought MISC was the most settingsy.
If I go back to stats, I also have our CND, RAD.
Yep.
Okay, keep talking about RAD.
So RAD is the typical radiation level that will show up in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and then EFF is the stasis effects. There are 2 menus missing, so if anyone has played hardcore mode in Fallout New Vegas, for example, you'll see that you're missing both food and H2O, and sleep. Sorry, I think you're missing sleep as well. And there are different menus that show up specifically when you're playing hardcore mode, because you need to take into account your hunger levels, your sleep levels, your thirst, etc. I'm planning on adding those as well, just to add more to it. But then I also want to add functionality to it. So in the sense that, like, for example, if inside of your items menu you have food, I want it so that when you press the food, it updates your hunger, or if you've got dirty water, then maybe you get slight rad increase, but you lose thirst, or just like more realistic to the games. But at the moment, all of these things are just slight ideas, which I have to rework.
I gotcha. I like it. This is great.
In the same way that using the rad away and the radix, it would be nice if there was a way to increase your rad levels so that you could also play around with that. Like if your character is severely irradiated, then show it off.
Right. But again, this is, day one, seconds before we started recording, it went on to the actual store.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this is kind of your level one. And the thing we didn't cover is really the reason why you wanted to put it on Google Play, because people might be wondering, well, why not just have it somewhere where you can just download it, sideload it, which is, we are going to look into, I don't know if it'll be on our website or something. We're looking into it because naturally, like with my version that I use, that phone doesn't unless you do the hack, doesn't have Google Play on it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, the main reason why you want to be able to do it that way was because then as you continue to alter, update, and change it, that it will be able to automatically do that. Oh, how do you adjust the screen size?
Oh,
dragging it. And where do we go into?
You go into the settings menu. So either from stats, stats, items, or data. You just press on the settings and open the settings.
Mm-hmm.
And you press the modify button.
Let's see here. Modify. Is that? Oh, right there.
Okay,
modify.
And then another
resize.
Up, and then you've got two options. You've got resize and full screen. So if you press resize/move, you'll see a little pop-up comes up saying you're in editing mode.
Must finish. Yeah, it says must finish before closing menu. Okay.
Yeah, but while you're in editing mode, you cannot close the resize mode. You have to the resize move setting again so that it closes that menu.
Okay.
And then
how do I resize it though? Or you don't? Okay.
Pinch and move it around.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow, look at that! You can make it really tiny too.
Yep.
Maybe I should use this for my. Oh yeah, so I'm right now. I'm squeezing height wise, and then I can drag that to where I want it, and then I can squeeze. And I'd recommend having this if you're putting it into a custom Pip-boy. You have it inside the Pip-boy first, naturally, so you know where that window lies. But it looks like I can drag that down to, on my screen, it's probably about 1.5 inches high, probably about 3 inches wide. Once when I've done that, I got it where I like it, or if I hit fill screen, then I can click the X button. Is that right? Or click it again. Resize, edit. Oh, there it goes. And then close it.
There.
Oh, I can also set where my MP3s are, it looks like. So right now I have it go into my music file, for example. I personally, I changed my player name at the beginning to yourgeekfix. World map scaling, that's the other thing that we talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, so I'm doing this literally like I'm just typing it in kind of thing.
Yeah.
So right now it's kind of 1-to-1. So what would I do for my size phone? You have about
for a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, I'd put in 0.9347. So I had to do lots of different testing to get it to the right value.
Just playing around with it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect anything else with the screen, I noticed.
No. So if you and then save settings and then open the world map again, you'll see that the icons are now not outside of the map, they're inside.
I'm also changing my UI color real quick so that can be shown. I changed it to amber and save settings.
Yep.
So now it's amber color. So now when I go in, I'm going to go to my map here. So and into data here. And close that and world map. And now they all fit inside the map for me. Yeah. That was my number, not maybe for yours. If you're using the J3 or whatever.
I've got...
or BlackBerry.
I've got the J3, which needs a value of 0.663. The S23 Ultra needed 0.9347. The BlackBerry Passport is just a 1.0, so you don't need to do any scaling with that. If anyone is having issues with the scaling, let me know and I'll try and help find the value. I think it's more of a resolution thing more than a screen size, because I've had phones with similar, with different screen sizes, but the same resolution, and they've needed the same value. So,
I gotcha. Okay, this is very cool. But again, this is like the first version. So if you're watching this 6 months down the road and you're like, I don't understand. again, this is just to introduce you to this app and to let you know it's out there, and stuff. I'm right now. I'm in the Fallout New Vegas map, for example. James and I are going to be in New Vegas together. In November of this year for the Fallout New Vegas event. If you're coming there, hope to see you there. Maybe while we're there, we'll have to try out your map, James, and go around and visit some of the locations, because there's nothing more New Vegas looking than going to Good Springs.
Yeah.
But, anyway, now at the same time, I also will say, James has a lot of this information he has been releasing on his channel as it's been going along. So if you've been following him, like we recommended a while ago, then you've probably already seen some of the things we've shared with you today. But please go over, check out his channel. That's it, Mr. It's not Mr. Malto 4.
It is.
You'll notice the app is. Oh, it is. It is.
It is Mr. Malto.
Oh, so Mr. Malto 4. Be sure to check out his channel. Not only does he have stuff in relation to Fallout and things like that, but one of the cool things about James is that he likes to travel, and he does amazing photography, amazing videos. So, also on Instagram. Do you also put stuff on other social media somewhere? I know definitely on Instagram you'll see his stuff.
Yeah,
also under Mr. Malto 4.
And the LPF for more Pipdroid stuff.
Right.
On YouTube.
Stay tuned. Be sure to check out James and Mr. Malto 4, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or wherever, or in the RPF. And also, stay tuned for more stuff that's coming out here on this channel, on your Geek Fix. Like, subscribe, comment below. This has been your Geek Fix.